Certainly glad you could join us today.
That's just fantastic. We have instructors that travel all over the country.
Spread the joy of painting. I'm gonna get our little soft blender brush. Very gentle, soft little brush. And just blend the base of that out a little bit. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Barely touching. Just caress the canvas a little.
Hi, I'm Doug with the Bob Ross Company. You just watched a clip of Bob doing some pretty clouds with a fan brush, and then traditionally he will blend his clouds with a clean, dry 2-inch brush. But today he actually uses the soft blender brush. It's got these shorter bristles and they're quite soft, quite fluffy, and they do a great job to get really nice, colorful, softly blended effects. And let me show you how. So we came right up here. What you want to do is you want to hold on to the brush back here on the handle, kind of like a pencil, and you want to stay back on the handle because that puts a light amount of pressure on the bristles. Tip your brush handle up towards the ceiling and then start blending with little circles wherever you see those harsh brush strokes from the fan brush. Try not to destroy the really light areas on the top of your clouds, but just go slightly below that. And with your little circles, you're just blending, blending, blending. And you don't have to go fast. When you're first beginning, you can go slow. As you get a little more practiced at it, you can get that brush winding up and really, really going. But you see, it'll help to blend all that paint that you've got on there and make it look really, really smooth and silky and soft. And it starts to mix with some of the other colors. You get some real nice effects. Now this is a really neat sky he's got going here today. Lots of pretty colors, lots of warm, happy colors in here. Got a little hair there I'll just pick off. Now if you're doing this and you pick up a lot of paint, don't be afraid to reach and grab a paper towel and just wipe your tips off. You don't have to go into thinner every time. And then just wipe those tips off and continue with your blending. So I just keep blending until things look as soft as I want. You can gently lift up, you can go lightly across, but not too hard. You don't want it to look like it's raining up. And then you can actually use the soft blender brush to paint with. So what Bob did next was he went into a little bit of his pinks that he had been using earlier, and I just pick up a little bit of paint there, and I can think about some pink clouds maybe coming down here into this soft glow. That'll bring some of the pinks down lower. I can keep working with that pretty color. Maybe he's got some right over here. There's some nice little clouds. And then I believe he picked up some of the lavender from earlier too. Just to change the flavor up a little bit. Maybe put a little bit of a shadowy cloud in there. But you get some really nice effects with this brush because it's so soft. It's blending and applying the color all at the same time. Kind of a fun, really fun brush to use. And then he went back into some more of his pinks, maybe a little bit of white, and started dancing in some clouds up here in our darker areas. Just real out of focus, soft clouds, barely there. Real fun to do though. Maybe he's got some coming in over this way. But you can get all sorts of nice effects with this. As many or as few as you want. Remember, it's your world. That just makes it look, everything look real soft and out of focus, and you go lightly across to soften all that down. So that's how you can use the soft blender brush for blending clouds and also making clouds and getting some really nice effects on your canvas. You'll like this one. Thanks for painting with me today, and I'll see you next time.